Okay, this week we've been talking about nonfiction text features. So I'm going to do a quick picture walk through this book, and it's going to be talking about the different types of text features the author uses to support their purpose for writing the text. The title is called The Power of Wind by Jill Bryant. The first thing the author gives us in this text is a table of contents. Now, the table of contents usually lists the sections of the text, or chapters in other words, and then it gives us the page numbers that they start on. It even gives us the page numbers to find the glossary and the index at the end of the story. So we start off with our nonfiction text with a table of contents. Now, as we go, the author gives us several different text features. They give us, to begin with, a heading, what is the wind? And then it talks about key words that we need to know as we move throughout the story. And it puts these words, modules, pressure, density, all of these words are in big, bold print. Now we'll see these words again later in the glossary with the complete definitions for their meanings in the story. The author includes text features such as photographs, and then they have captions to explain about the picture. This picture has a picture of grass and the sun setting. It says, wind is set into motion when the sun warms the land and the air. So that caption describes what's happening in the photograph. On our next page, the author also zooms in and gives us a close-up of dandelion seeds that are carried far away through the movement of wind. It also gives us what we call fact boxes, extra information that go along with this text. As we go, we also see all different kinds of other examples that they give us. More bold print, more captions to go with our text. One that this author includes is a diagram. This whole book is about wind and the different things that wind can move. And so they stop and they talk about the parts of a windsurfer. And it has a diagram right here, which we know this is a diagram because it has the illustration and each part of the picture is labeled. So this text feature is called a diagram. As we go, we continue to see photographs and captions underneath. The author also includes a graph. Now this one is shape of a pie, so this is a pie graph, but it's comparing the different energy sources. By the year 2050, a large portion will be wind, and still we have a lot of the other portions of forms of energy will come from electricity. So they use a graph to get across their information about the energy supply. On our next page, they also include a table. Now we know tables give information as well. This is giving us the bountiful scale, talking about the different descriptions of wind, the wind speed, and how that affects land. All tying in to their book all about the power of wind. As we go, we continue to see new headings that go with our new sections of text. We see more diagrams and things that are labeled. This is an illustration of a globe, and it has on here labeled the poles, and it has the directions of winds of warm and cold air masses as they move. They also give illustrations on the process and steps of how a tornado is formed. It has steps 1 and 2. Gives us text that are supported by the pictures. On the following pages, those illustrations continue. So it's showing the process of how it's formed. It also includes satellite pictures, actual photos of the Earth from a distance. All of these are pretty much basically the same until we get down to the end where they include a glossary. Now the glossary is all of those bold print words that we saw throughout the text. They're here, and it gives us the bold print word, the parts of speech, and then the definition on the right side. So this is like a dictionary just for the words that are in this text in bold print. This is where we get our glossary with all that information. At the very end, there is our index. So as I'm looking through this book, if I want to go back and find the pages where it talks about a funnel cloud or hurricanes, it gives me the topic, and it gives me all the page numbers that discuss that topic. So next time you pick up a nonfiction book, think about the title and think about all the text features the author uses to support their purpose for writing the text. Now make sure you check out something interesting from your library. Don't forget about informational text.